All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Let me, I haven't learned how to do a fade yet, fading out the music. All right. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Strategic Sundays with Coach Sherea. Um, if you are tired of feeling overwhelmed and unprepared, this session is for you. I'm here every Sunday, 7:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time out here in Southern California. It's raining today, so usually it's a little sunny, but it's raining today. Um, this is Win Your Week with Coach Sherea, helping you master your productivity, achieve your goals, and pursue your passions. I am Coach Sherea. I help individuals achieve their dreams through the power of goal setting by utilizing my yearly goals journal and joining my monthly membership program. I'm also a published author of over 11 books and journals, co-founder of the Goal Setters Club, which is a coaching organization that specializes in goal setting. I'm a certified coach with the John C. Maxwell team, and I'm a certified DISC analyst with Maxwell Leadership, and mom of 3 grown children. Will be a grandmother in a couple of months. And let's get into it. So, the purpose of today is to help you get the most out of, let's see, I'm going to put myself, is to help you get the most out of your week by planning in advance, to stay on task with the life goals you set for yourself, to schedule your priorities rather than prioritizing your schedule, which is what I used to do. Creating a consistent routine that will help you get more done through the week, and keeping you accountable each week by setting aside a specific time to plan, which is today, um, and providing the resources and tools you need to plan a successful week. I actually like to plan on Saturdays. The reason why I'm here on Sundays is because it's a better day for me to actually teach. But I like Saturday planning because you have like an extra day to go get things. So if you're doing your menu for the week, if you're getting your clothes organized, if you are putting your calendar together, you have that Saturday if you need to go shopping, and then you have that Sunday to go shopping if you need to prep. But I'm here with you this morning. The ultimate goal for me being here with you, helping you plan your week, is so you can find the time to pursue your purpose, to pursue your passions, to live your best life, the life that was purpose for you in the beginning of time, to help you set and achieve your goals. And so a lot of times we don't pursue our goals, we don't pursue our dreams because we just don't have the time. We all have 24 hours in the day, but how you plan your days, how you organize your time, how you budget is some of the main things that's going to make the difference between you and somebody and someone else. All right, so before we begin, make sure you have all your materials and your downloads. If you're in my 1 year success program, everything is inside of the course. So you make sure you download all of that for the month of May. And then you want to create the right mood, have your candles, your music, your snacks, or whatever you need. Hopefully you got all these. If you're watching the replay, you can go ahead and pause and get those things ready. And then you want to block out at least an hour to 2.5 hours without any distractions. So with me, we'll probably be about 30 to 45 minutes. And then afterwards, you want to set aside at least maybe another hour and a half to do the deeper work, your budgeting, your meal planning, and then set aside some time to, if you need to go out and get things, if you need to shop. And then go ahead and get your water, your coffee, your green smoothie. Your girl was supposed to be 30 days. Well, I was supposed to be 84 days, no coffee, no carbs, and no cookies. We're going to start that over. So right now I am enjoying a delicious cup of coffee and in my wifey mug. So let's get ready. Repetition is a key to forming new habits. I am going to put on my earphones a little bit so I can give me 5 seconds. All right, so repetition is the key to forming new habits. Each week, if you're here with me, you'll notice that we will repeat the same core information every week. I add a few updates or resources or specifics, but essentially, we follow the same program. And if you have my 2024 planner, we're going through that planner. So make sure you have your planner out, make sure you have your goals journal out, and we'll be going page by page. If you do not have the planner, then go ahead and scan that QR code. You will get a digital ebook bundle, which includes the 2024 Goals Journal and the 2024 Weekly Planner. So scan that QR code and you'll get access to it. And if you have your iPad, if you use an iPad, you can upload that into your GoodNotes. All right. So what I do is last year, I actually got a hard copy of the planner. This year, I printed it out and I have it in a 3-ring binder. So I have all of mine in 3-ring binder and the different categories. I kind of have my budget, I have my events, I have my flyers, I have upcoming bills. And so I print out. And I know for those of you who are just only concentrating on how many trees I killed, I apologize. So I print out my pages because I like to write. It's a little bit of therapy for me. So I print them out and put them in my 3-ring binder. So you could do that. You can upload them, download them, and then upload them into your GoodNotes app and use your Apple Pencil. I've done that as well. And then you're going to go through your pages. So in your pages, you'll have this week's goals, you have priorities, you have your personal to-do list, you have your habit tracker, you have a place to put your notes, and at the top you have your number one goal for the day, and then you have your other priorities, right? So that's like if you didn't do nothing else for the day, what are your top 3 priorities that must be done? All right, and then we like to start with reflection. So follow effective action with quiet reflection. From quiet reflection will come even more effective action. And you guys hear me say this every week. I really used to think reflection was a waste of time. Oh, I'm going to sit back and reflect. I already know how my week went. But when you really sit back and intentionally reflect on how your week went, it makes a huge difference on how you move forward. If maybe you were sad last week, maybe you didn't have energy last week, maybe things didn't work out a certain way, and you can look at those things to see, okay, was it something I could have done? Is this something that just happened I had no control over? How do I move better if this were to happen to me next time? Or maybe last week was exciting, you were happy, you were full of energy, and you want to repeat that again. Then you want to kind of look at the week. Maybe I drank more water. Maybe I took my vitamins. Maybe it was that green smoothie I had. And so just reflecting on the week and seeing how you can continue to have a great week is important. So it depends on how deep you want to get into it. You can do 15-minute reflection. You can do 30-minute reflection. You can do an hour reflection. And what I do like to do is reflect not only at the beginning of the week, you want to reflect at the end of the month. You want to reflect at the end of the year. Like, how did this year go? What could I have done different this year? What do I want to do next year? What do I want next year to look like? And so as you start to reflect, start getting into a more routine way of reflecting, if that makes sense. So some of my reflections from last week, I had a lot of learning experiences last week. Um, in addition to my coaching business, I still work a full-time job. So I have a full-time business, a full-time job. And so I entered into a new industry. So I was able to learn some new things about aerospace and understand people better and discovering some things about myself. I also graduated from a course that was exciting and interesting and inspiring. Clearly, it marked a significant milestone in my journey of where I am. And I did a lot of teaching and coaching on the side. So I literally worked 8 hours and then came home and probably worked another 8 hours, another 5 hours coaching. And so that kept me really busy. Received a lot of support from my husband that made a big difference. Made some new friends, met some new people. Plus, in this particular training environment, food was available, so I didn't have to make lunch. And then my husband helped by, taking us out after and having dinner. So it kind of relieved me of some of the duties that I had um, during the week. Oh, but we're back. So this week, we're back to cooking. We're back to packing our lunches and preparing the kitchen and stuff like that. So it'll be a busy week, but I'm really looking forward to it. Again, able to apply some of the knowledge that I learned the past 2 weeks. Staying hydrated is one thing I have to make sure I do. I'll also be walking a little bit more. So I'm excited about another week of growth, learning, and meaningful connection. So last week was learning. This week, implementing what I learned and trying to get back on track to my regularly scheduled program. So what's coming up? May. Hopefully, some of you guys had an opportunity to participate in National Day of Prayer. Mother's Day is coming up next Sunday, actually. And then May 27th, Memorial Day. Hopefully, you guys got some stuff planned. June, Father's Day, June 16th. So these are some things we want to make sure we have on our calendar, that we have make space for. We have it in our budget. We don't want it to sneak up on us. Yes. And then the fun calendars. National Fun National Fun Day calendar. I've been using this calendar for a couple of years, and it's interesting to see some of the fun things, especially if you have a business, how you can incorporate some of these things into your business. So today is Cinco de Mayo. So if you celebrate Cinco de Mayo, it's probably going to be a lot of Mexican food been eaten today, a lot of parties. So tomorrow is National Nurses Day. And today is also National Astronaut Day. So, and I think it's National Tourism Day. It's either today or next week. And so these things are good to know. Again, especially if you have a business, or maybe you live by a business, maybe you live by a hospital, and maybe it's busier that day, and you're like, "What's happening?" Oh, okay, they're celebrating National Nurses Day. So it's good to just keep up with them, and some of them are fun. And then meal planning. So we are back to meal planning. I didn't plan well last week, but my husband went out and got, our vegetables and our starches and then our meats. And so we're looking forward to meal. I'm actually looking forward to, I needed the break last week, but I'm actually looking forward to prepping our meals again. Because when you prep your meals, you have an opportunity for allergy management, portion control. Most of the times you eat healthier. It reduces food waste, saves you time, eliminates stress, and then you can plan financially. We didn't have planned to eat out every day last week, but we also was able to use that to manage time better. And there's other services like emails. If you cook, there's emails. They don't send you food, but they help you plan your menus out. And they also have where they have a checklist, and you can send your whole checklist to like Walmart or Instacart. And there's some meal planning services that prepare the meals for you. And then there's some meal services that prepare the ingredients for the meals for you. And so if you need help, there's all different type of services. And this little bag right here is from Target. I was in Target the other day and they have bags that are so this one was like beef and black bean chili. The ground beef is in there, the can. So they like pre-shop for you and put everything in the bag, have a price to it. They tell you how many ingredients is in it. Yes, you cook it yourself, but it's all there. So that's pretty cool. And then if you have Stater Brothers, those of you who are in Southern California, they also have similar items where they pre either pre-cook or they have pre-bagged to help you with meal planning. So there's a lot of options. And then your budget, new month, new budget. I know on the first, my phone was just bling, 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 audible. Like everything is due on the first. So all of my automatics were coming out. So you just want to be aware of what's coming out on the first, what's coming out this week, so you can plan accordingly. Goal setting. So this month for the Goal Setters Club, we're focusing on self-care. And so usually we do our 30-day self-care challenge. That I have a book available on Amazon. It's called Pause, and it's 30 days of self-care. And so if you don't have that, go ahead and get your copy. If you're part of the 1-year success program, you have access to the digital copy of it. So this month, we're focused on our self-care goals. So you want to review your vision board. You want to review your routines for the month. You want to add in some new self-care for yourself. Maybe mine is detox baths, but I got to be careful with them detox baths because they also put me to sleep, like deep sleep. And so you want to do those on a day where the next day you don't have that much to do. So start figuring out what self-care routines you can add to your routines. And this is our reading plan for the month of May. So May 1st through 7th, we're reading pages 116 to 19. And this you can download. It's available if you are in a Facebook group. This is available to you. And so every month, we're reading portions of the goals journal and completing those sections. All right. And then you're creating your routine. So when it comes to pausing, or it comes to self-care, or if it comes to what routines can you start to incorporate? So for Tuesdays, you could do Take a Break Tuesday. You could do, Fresh Flower Friday. You could do Detox Bath Sunday. Try to figure out a weekly routine or monthly routine, yearly routine. Maybe every month you're going to get a massage. Maybe every month you're going to do go to the chiropractor. Whatever that looks like for you, start figuring that out so it becomes automatic. I always start my week with the anniversary, the birthdays, special events. And this is more family things because you don't want to be caught up in a business trip when it is your 25th wedding anniversary because you might get in trouble with that. So in the back of your planner, you have an anniversary calendar where you can put anniversaries of your friends, your families. Hopefully you don't need to put your personal anniversary count here because you know it. And then you have a birthday calendar. And then there's some tips like buying your birthday cards in advance, your gift bags. I know my husband asked me yesterday for a card, and I used to mail cards. I don't mail cards anymore, but I wanted to, when he asked me for a card yesterday, I felt like I needed to start that again because people aren't getting mail anymore, I don't think. And the mail they are getting is bills. So I have this little, can you see it? It's like a little card. It keeps birthday cards for the month. And then you write on one page whose birthday is in that month and then send them out. So I think I'm going to start getting back into that. I like getting cards in the mail. What are you reading? What are you reading? One thing you'll know by me by the end of these sessions is how many book clubs I'm a part of. There are 2 I'm not that active in, but I do keep up with the books and I buy the books that they're reading. But this month for my book club, um, I'm reading Calm, which is part of our book club, the Goal Setters Club. That is the book we're reading for our self care goals. I'm in Sarah Jakes Roberts book club. And so we're reading, of course, her book this month that just came out, I think April 30th, Power Moves. I haven't gotten it yet. I'm going to get it this weekend. 10X is easier than 2X, finishing up this book, and then the pivot year. So if you need a book to read or you need a book list, then go ahead. We have our 2024 book list that you can download as well. Oopsie. And then if you are a part of our Amazon, we have an Amazon book club, Empower Hour. And our book selection for the month of May is Calm. And it's really an easy read. It's more like a coffee table affirmation type book, but it is really still a good book. And every year we read it over, and it just gives you ideas on how to take care of yourself. So now we're going to go on to mastering your daily schedule. Time blocking always allows you to intentionally schedule your most important tasks. It prevents you from filling your days reactively. And so my time blocking schedule looks like this. One is sleep. I try to go to bed by 9:30 and get up by 3:30. Sometimes I go to bed earlier than 9:30. If I go to bed by 10, then I try to get up by 4. But if I get up at 4, I'm usually running late because I have an accountability call at 4:40. So 4 is too late for me. My morning routine is about 70 minutes. So hygiene, shower, my skin routine. Then my work drive time is from 5 a.m. drive time, 6 to 4:30. I got to change that. And then my drive time home. Saturday, I have a coaching call that's new at 6 a.m. So I try to have about 2 hours for that. And then Sunday is my family day. Now, 5 to 9:30, Monday through Friday, is my time that I schedule things. So this is my free time block. It's really not free because I really pump it up with a lot of things. So if I want to do a workshop, if I want to teach something, if I want to do an event, then I know from 5:30 to 9:30, Monday through Friday, is my free time to do that. And so once you do your time block, you can kind of see what time you have available. And a lot of times we take on tasks that we cannot do because we haven't done a good time block. So for me, I put in my work and family first. You know, if you have a job, you want to put in your working hours, 9 to 5. If you work on Saturday, you want to put that in right away. If you have kids, their school schedule, recitals, PTA events. And this is how I set mine up. And then secondly, I put in my personal calendar, my friends' birthdays, the anniversaries, my church events, and then my accountability groups. And I put my accountability groups in order by the ones I show up to most, because I'm in a few also. And then any adjustments and changes. So I had a couple of meetings that changed from one day to another day. And before I commit, I go, okay, wait a minute. If I've been used to meeting with you Monday for the last 2 years, and now we're meeting on Thursday, let's see what I have going on Monday. And so I had to flip around some things, right? So after I do that, I put everything into my Google Calendar. And you could say it's repetitive. Like, why am I writing? And then why, if I was going to write, I could have just put it in my Google Calendar from the beginning. You could do that. If you you could schedule or whatever calendar you use. Some people use Asana. I've tried a lot of different calendars. I've purchased a lot of different electronic calendars. And I found that this was the best calendar for me, the Google Calendar. So I like to physically write. I like to physically see it and touch it. And then I dump it in here. And then once I dump it in my Google Calendar, I also put alerts and alarms on and reminders. And they're all color coded. And after all is said and done, you got your days in there, you got your work schedule, you got your kids schedule, you got your church schedule. Now we're streamlining. Now you can choose to streamline in the beginning. I just like to put everything in there and see it. Then you want to ask yourself, what can you automate? What can you delegate? What can you consolidate? And what can you completely eliminate? A lot of those things for me would most likely be cooking or cleaning or shopping. We do a lot of cooking, cleaning, and shopping. And so if we were to just have a Instacart service, or if we had a delivery service, or if we had a regular housekeeper that would come in once a week and someone to do our shopping, that would free us up so much. But then we're also particular about these three things. I don't like anybody shopping for me. I like certain tomatoes. I like certain, they would hate me. I like certain, I pull my milk from the bag. So there's certain ways I like my items purchased. And so for now, it's something that I need to do. All right. And if you're part of the success program, there's some tips in the back of your inside of the course. Planning for change. If you have a new work schedule, if you have new friends, if you have a new hobby, if you have new clients, dealing with new clients and onboarding, that takes a little bit of time. So there's a whole list of tips. Maybe you need to learn to say no. Maybe there's things you need to say yes to. Maybe you need to create a to-don't list as opposed to a to-do list. Like, I'm not doing this week. I had to make some tough decisions this month of things that I'm not doing that caused stress. My motto for this year is to control my stress and get my rest. And so if anything comes in between that, then I have to set a boundary and say, no, this is not going to be good for me during this season. And resources. So to help you plan your week, we have the 2024 Goals Journal. We have the 2024 Planner. We have the Strategic Sundays playlist. We have the 2024 Business Marketing Calendar. This is all inside of the portal. All right. And then you also have just a reminder checklist of self-care, your grooming, your cleaning, your laundry, reviewing your vision board, reviewing your personal mission statement, planning your outfits, checking the weather, scheduling your doctor's appointments, scheduling your gym, your training sessions. So sometimes, or in this case, it could appear to be a lot, but you are going to do this anyway. Now, are you going to do it in an environment where it's stressful, or are you going to do it where you have more control? And so if you plan your weeks on the weekends or plan it in advance, then you have more control to see what you can automate, delegate, or consolidate, or eliminate. All right, so you can still get a copy of the digital ebook Goal Bundle. Go ahead and scan that QR code. And then if you want to be a part of our success program, our 1-year success program, go ahead and click that QR code as well. All right. Thank you so much. It wasn't raining when Noah built the ark. That is one of my favorite quotes when it comes to planning. If you plan now, you plan in advance. You don't have to worry about when things come up. All right. All right, you guys. Well, thanks for joining me today. You have an awesome Sunday. This replay will be inside of the portal for those of you who are in the success program. All right. You have an awesome day, and I'll see you next Sunday.